Hi. Okay, so today I want to talk about hearing stories. So it's about listening to ourselves, listening to our inner world, and if you've been starting to hear yourself, you've no doubt heard stories. These fictitious, made-up stories that your mind keeps telling yourself over and over. I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, I feel shame, this happened, she said, going back in the past, this and this, and we're looping around stories that either happened in the past, memories, we loop on them, and stories, we embellish them. We loop on the memories, we sort of change them, we go into them, we feel them, we think about them, we obsess about them, we change them, we morph them, we feel them. They loop around in our minds, these memories. Then there's also these things called stories, non-truths that we tell ourselves. I'm not good enough. I'm never gonna heal. I'm not okay. No one loves me. No one cares about me. I'm all alone. These stories that we tell ourselves, it's like a victim story. We tell ourselves these victim stories and these sad truths about ourselves that are not actually true, right? I'm all alone. Nobody loves me. Nobody gives a shit about me. I'm never gonna heal. I can't do this. These are all stories that our mind tells us when we're quiet, that our mind loops on, and that our mind, it's not our soul. So you can tell as you're meditating or as you're thinking, these repeated stories that come up that are just stories. They're not actually truths, but your mind is focused on them. So it's something that needs to be addressed. It's something that you need to stop and address. Why? So we know it's not true. So we say, stop. Like, the first thing is just to stop. So let's do the story first as opposed to the memory. So stop, I am gonna heal. So say the story is telling you, I'm never gonna heal, I'm never gonna be able to do this. Stop. And then you say, I am going to be able to do this. I am going to be able to heal. That is a story. So remind yourself, that is a story that my mind is telling me. But then the second question you need to ask is why? Why does my mind keep telling me this story that I'm not going to heal? Right? It's trying to protect me from disappointment. Maybe if I don't achieve my goal, then, just saying hi to someone I know. Okay, so is my mind trying to protect me from getting hurt? If I protect myself and tell myself I'm not going to heal, and then I don't, then I won't be crushed. Or is it that I feel badly about myself. I'm trying to get myself not to take action. Maybe I need to go for a walk and instead I say, I'm never going to heal. So it's an excuse. It gets me out of something. It gets me out of walking, or it gets me out of going somewhere. It gets me out of doing something. There's all these reasons, and we're trying to get to the reasons in meditation and not loop on the story. So as we're listening to ourselves, we may be saying yes, I'm hearing myself saying I'm never going to heal, or I'm not good enough, or nobody loves me, or I'm all alone, or I'm sad, or thinking about this memory, or looping on this thing that happened that I can't change, and I play it out in different scenarios. But why? Why is the question. We know those are stories and they're false. And so we need to remind ourselves, because that's our conscious, that's not true. It's not true. So our subconscious mind and our conscious mind loops on these thoughts. But there's a reason. Why are we looping on them? And that is what we want to get to when we're really trying to listen to ourselves. What's the purpose of that being there? What excuse is it giving me? What is it getting me out of? What's it protecting me from? What's it shielding me from? Why am I thinking about it over and over? What does it want me to know? What does it want? What does it need? Does it need love? Does it need a hug? Does that memory need, you to go back and to give yourself the love that you didn't have in that moment? Does that memory need to be heard and just to be spoken and to be acknowledged on how tough it was? Does it just need empathy and sympathy and, tender loving care? Do these thoughts serve a purpose? They're protecting you from something greater? Do they serve, is it just, what is it? Is it your self-esteem so low you need a friend, you need someone to confide in, you need to believe in yourself a little more? What is it that these looping stories that aren't true, try to find out what's underneath them. So I know this is kind of an odd, strange video because I'm not giving you the exact technique on like how to do this. But when you find yourself looping on a thought, a memory, or just a negative emotion like shame or guilt or anxiety or something that's just not true, we want to dig deeper in our walking meditations, in our sitting meditations, asking more questions to our inner subconscious, like what is at the root of this? What is going on? What do I actually need and want? Why won't I let myself believe the positive? Is there a reason I can't believe that I will heal? Or I am loved. I'm not alone, right? Where's the resistance? So in all of this, it's resistance, or it's a memory, right? What is the resistance in letting it go? Walking away from the memory. Stop playing it out. Stop fantasizing about it. Stop embellishing it. Stop twisting it and changing it and replaying it. Why? Where's the resistance to letting it go? Is it because I feel like I haven't been heard or loved, or then it won't matter? Or I'm just trying to hold on to the fact that I was a hero, that I survived through that? All these things are true. And you don't have to let go of the reason, but you have to let go of the looping thought. The reason is what we want to uncover so that we can do something about it. We can give ourselves the love we need. We can start to face those things that aren't true and question them and, push up against them and try to, what would it be like if I believed the opposite thing? Like, what is stopping me? What is resisting me? And like, really break it apart and find out. Because when we loop on stories, it's a distraction from actually doing the work to let the story go. It's sort of surface. It's a surface. You're meditating and you're hearing these things, but they're surface things. They're old stories. They're barriers. They're sort of like this bubble around what's really going on underneath. And we need to tear that bubble apart. We need to, it's this protective layer, this protective barrier. And we need to start popping the bubble, tearing it apart, breaking through the holes, getting to the inside of what's really going on, so that all those looping thoughts and protective bubbles that we have around ourselves, we don't just think, oh, well, that's the end of it. That's the end of it. No, there's more. There's more. Bury deeper underneath, and don't let your mind trick you into thinking that's the end of the story, because it's not. The memory is not the end of the story. The negative belief about ourselves is not the end of the story. The looping thought or obsession or feelings are not the end of the story. They're there because they're being ignored. The deeper reason underneath you're not getting to, and it wants you to get to it. That's why it keeps going over and over. It's saying, please, It's either trying to protect you from something, or it's begging for you to look deeper. In any case, we need to go deeper. So I hope this helped. I hope you will start to notice your stories, the stories that aren't true, and unravel them. Unravel them, and unraveling them it's a personal job, and it takes a lot of work. And so you got to start every time you meet one of those stories. You have to challenge it, and you have to go beneath it and find, the truer meaning, like a detective. So good luck.